Brent, thank you so much for joining with us today. I'm so excited to have you here today. We're celebrating having gone over 10,225 members at the Success and Money Foundation. As you know, we're a nonprofit educational foundation. And today, the first thing we want to do is we want to celebrate our students' successes. This is why we do what we do, is for you to be able to have a better life. That's what this foundation was founded on. That's the foundation's purpose, is to help you have a better life and to help you help those that you love have a better life as well. You know, the foundation was created with the purpose of helping you to have a better life. Now, how do you do that? You need to have a way to improve your financial and success skills. Very simple. You need to study successful people. The way you become more successful, the way that you move up in the world, the way you move up to your next level is study successful people and do what they do and how they do it. Now, as I look back on my life, I've had some wonderful mentors my whole life. My dad was a wonderful mentor. My mom was a wonderful mentor. My grandfather was a great mentor. And they taught me a lot of things. And a lot of those things they taught me wasn't really sitting down with a piece of paper and drawing it out and teaching me. They just did it, and they were doing it, and they had me do it. That was probably the most important part, was they had me do it as well. And as a result, I was able to learn a lot of things at a very young age. You know, when I was a teenager, I remember that there's this lady that lived in our neighborhood, and she had very bad health. Her husband had passed away. And she was the elementary school librarian in a little town of 3,000 people, just a little teeny town. There's just a handful of kids in my class. And, you know, it was, you know, I was one of 10 kids. There's 7 of us boys, and I'm number 7 on, you know, towards the tail end. And I didn't get a lot of attention growing up, you know, because there's a lot of kids, you know. And somehow she took an interest in me just when I was very young, just in elementary school. And she did something very interesting. She gave 5 of us kids. And all I really know is I know that there's 5 of us kids in the neighborhood. I don't know if she did it with anybody else, but I know she did it with us 5 kids. My brother, and then 3 other kids in the neighborhood, maybe 4 other kids, maybe. And she gave us $2 to start saving and investing and looking to the future for marriage, for college, for charity work, for different kind of missionary work to help other people. And then she did something very interesting. She gave us each 22 cents. Now, when she brought the banks over, there was $2 in there to start saving and investing, and there was 11 cents. And then she came back over and says, I made a mistake, and she brought back an additional 11 cents. So if you take 10% of $2.22, well, that's 22 cents. Now, this lady did not have much money. Her husband had passed away. She was in terrible health. She, you know, and she just was barely surviving. But she thought of others. And this was a seed. This was a money seed that was planted. Now, my mom and dad talked about money. My grandpa talked about money. They taught us about money. But this is the first time an outsider, somebody from outside the family, had told us about these things. And as a result, it really planted in my head, you know, something very interesting. And I still have that envelope. For some reason, I found that envelope years later in a box, and I still have it. But it made a huge dent in my life. Now, my mom and dad started teaching us about money and about success, you know, and how to move up a level. That's our goal, is to help you do the exact same thing. You know, if you give a man a fish, you feed him for a day. If you give him a fishing pole or sell him a fishing pole and teach him how to fish, show him how to fish, take him out fishing, give him that experience. Well, you can feed him for a lifetime. But if you can teach him how to teach, if you can teach him how to share that wealth with other people, then you can change and improve a whole generation of lives. So that's what the foundation was created for. We study successful people. We study successful people, and then we do what they do. Now, my dad is 4 days older than Warren Buffett, and I think of my dad every day. In fact, I have his ring. I have his ring, one of his rings that he had, and I remember my dad every day. And he taught me an awful lot about life and about money. And he was 4 days older than Warren Buffett. So I had my own mini Warren Buffett that taught us kids how to be successful and how to help other people, and how everybody that they see are, are a spirit child. We're all spirit children. We're all spirit children with a spirit and soul, happen to have an earthly experience. And so he taught me a lot of things. And I've had a lot of mentors. Robert Allen's been a wonderful mentor. Nick Kuhn's been a wonderful mentor. Wade Cook was a wonderful mentor that taught me an awful lot of things. And I started doing those things. And I had successes, I had failures, I had great successes, I had terrible failures. But that was the roller coaster. And the roller coasters are fun to ride. At least it was fun for me for quite a while. And that's what the foundation was created for, is to help you to have a better life. And you do that by studying successful people. But more importantly, it's for you to help those that you love. Who do you love around you? Your kids, your nieces, your nephews, your neighbors, people that you hang out with, people in your church congregation, people that are in your clubs. The goal is to help you have a better life. That's the goal. The purpose and how we do that, the tool we do that, is with free Success Money classes for anyone, anywhere. We have 3 missions. Mission number 1 is to provide financial rewards for students when they go to class, and for sharing with others. As we give you this money, we're giving you money trees. Our goal is to help you to get that investment account started, because once you do that, you're now an investor. You're not just a consumer, you're an investor, you're a business person, and your brain will start thinking differently. We're going to start thinking about the future. We think things differently when we have an investment account. That's the first thing we do. Number 2 is that we've created an educational platform, and we provide financial rewards for schools, churches, charities, groups, and teams. And number 3 is we help those in need. For every hour you go to class, the foundation is going to be donating a pair of eyeglasses. We're going to feed somebody, or we're going to provide some gallons of clean water for someone. So you are making a huge difference as you go through and do these things. So today we're so excited to be able to announce that we've gone over the 10,225 student mark. My goal is 100,000 students and 1 million hours. That's what my goal is. Crazy. And what's really cool about it is that it's you that's made this happen. Myself, Jake, and Ethan, we're the crazy guys that have kind of created this thing and made it work, but you're the ones that's running this. This is your foundation. You are driving this. This is how you make a difference in people's lives. This is how it works. There's a story about this guy that was walking along the beach with a friend, and there was these starfishes that were pushed up by the water onto the beach, and the tide would go out, and all these starfishes were stuck on the beach, and it was hot, and they were going to die because it was so hot. And his friend saw that there was just hundreds and hundreds of these out on the beach, and so he started picking them up and putting them back in the water so that they could live. And the friend says, "You're nuts. You can't fix all these people. You can't help all these starfish." And he picked one up and says, "I can help this one." And he helped that one. I've been to Calcutta, India. I've been to the tomb of Mother Teresa. Mother Teresa is the famous Catholic nun that created I think it was the Sisters of Charity, Missionaries of Charity in India. And they spent their time with the poorest of the poor to help them. And, she says that, you can do small deeds with great love. That's what your job is to do small deeds with great love, and then figure out how to scale it, do more of it, do more and more of it. You drop a pebble out in the water, it creates a whole set of ripples. It creates a whole set of ripples. So, what are the ripples that you've done? Just the other day, we attended my aunt's funeral. She passed away. And, we talked about in one of the earlier classes how you have 2 dates on your tombstone, a date that you're born and a date that you pass away. And hopefully we're going to live to be like 90, 93, 94, 95. But a lot of people, it's about 80, and some of it's in the late 70s. And you have these 2 dates, and your job and your goal is to be able to make a difference throughout all that time. When you pass away, they say that your whole life passes before your eyes. Well, what happens is that you actually pull out your iPhone, your phone and you look at all your pictures, and you look at those pictures and you discover, did you help other people or did you hurt other people? Did you make a difference in their lives, or were you a hindrance in their lives? That's why you're here on earth, is to help other people. So today I want to congratulate so many of you students for making such a difference in other people's lives. We're going to celebrate you. That's the first thing we do in our classes, is we celebrate you and the great things you're doing. And again, it doesn't matter how many starfish you put back in the ocean. It doesn't matter how many people you talk to. You can't put them all back, but there are people that you can help. And then your goal is to help them help others. That's how we get this out there. That's how we make a difference in people's lives. So I want to turn the time over to Ethan and Jacob to show you the great results that you've had this last week and the wonderful things that you've done and how you've made such a huge difference in so many people's lives. Jake and Ethan, take it away.
All right, let's take a look at some of our successes this week. So starting first, we'll go over the top enrollers, and this is by hours. And we've got Johnson Etor and Aaron Garcia up here with their photos. Congratulations, you guys. They were in number 2 and 3, and Glean Marday was number 1 this week with 4 active enrollments in 57 hours. And I just want to remind you guys what Tom just said, which is really cool, is that these hours, every hour that a student is online in the Success of Money Foundation, the foundation is giving away a free pair of eyeglasses or a free meal or a free gallon of water. So when you see these hours, it's not just hours, it's real help that's going out to people who need it. So that's just amazing. The impact that Glean Marday has made just this week, 57 hours, that could be 57 people getting their sight back, which is just amazing, or 57 people getting a meal when they need it, or 57 people getting access to clean water where they normally wouldn't have had it. So it's just amazing what you guys are doing, and look at all those hours. And everyone on this list, thank you and congratulations. And it's really a great thing that you're doing. Let's go to here. This one is by active enrollments. So these people have the most active students that they've enrolled. So they've been active this week online, watching videos, attending classes. And Johnson Etor is in first place here with 17 active enrollments. Frank Nell Abrigo had 9 active enrollments, and Daryl Messina had 8. It looks like Daryl also had another 3 here, so he'd actually be with 11. So great job, you guys. And if you see your name on this list, pat yourself on the back. And if you see each other in class, make sure to congratulate each other. That's just awesome. And we've got AO on this list as well. Great work, guys. And last but not least, this is individual hours. These people have been going crazy online learning, going through hours and hours of classes and just studying as much as they can. And these hours, just like with the enrollments, these hours are those glasses and the meals and the water that's going out and helping people. So you're doing a great thing by just learning. But you're helping yourself and you're helping others, and it's pretty awesome what you can do through this platform. So congratulations, everyone, and thank you so much. And I think that's all of our leaderboards for this week.
That's awesome, mate. Ethan, thank you so much for sharing that with us. It's amazing how you can make such a difference in people's lives. Not only, I talked a little bit about my aunt that passed away, but Melody, who was one of the major, I call her the queen bee, that really helped us get the foundation off the ground. Her father passed away as well. And, if you look at the successes that this family's had, well, some of the greatest successes the parents had was to raise some wonderful children that then went on to make a huge difference. Melody is the country director of the Philippines for Charity Aviation for Mabuhay Deseret Foundation. And I just wanted to send out our condolences and our love to Melody and her family about her father's passing. He made a huge difference. Melody's mom and dad made a huge difference in Melody's life. And then Melody has created a massive influence to so many people. And so you never know who it is that's going to make that big difference, that finds their stride, that's in the right place at the right time. But I just wanted to tip her hat and be grateful for Melody and for her father. And he's passed away. He's got his second date on his tombstone, and he's looking back at all the great things that he's done. And what he's done is that he created a ripple, and that ripple. I never met Melody's father, but I sure know Melody and what she's done. And that ripple is affected so many people, thousands and hundreds of thousands of people. So thank you so much for making a difference in people's lives. This is Tom Painter. Congratulations to our top students. You're the ones that are driving this. Let's make it happen. Make a difference in people's lives. And remember, every life is precious. Every life is precious. Every life is a spirit and a soul. Every person is having a spiritual experience on earth. So thank you all for watching. We're going to be right back with our next section. Make a difference, make it happen. Remember that every life is precious. Thanks for watching.